Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, whatever time zone you're in. Good to have you here. This is J.R. Fisher, and I am joined by the beautiful and talented Jessica. You want to say hi, Jessica?
Hey, guys. Thanks for being here today.
We have an incredible session today. It looks like it's going to be a full house. So, if you're logged in, you want to stay logged in. Don't downsize your window or go surfing around the web. Just turn everything off for, 35, 45 minutes. We're going to give you some stuff that's going to make you money. And then you can go back to social media and phone calls and all that stuff. Just turn it off right now. Just take a break. If you do log out or get logged out, I will warn you, somebody else can get your spot. You won't be able to get back in, and that's not cool. We don't want that to happen. So be careful. I'm trying to reach and look at something here. Okay. All right, guys. So let's get started. We're going to be talking about SEO today. Really cool subject. And, it was like the thing 10 years ago when I got into it. And then social media kind of took over and kind of fell by the wayside. And that's a shame, because if you don't do this SEO stuff, you're missing out on traffic. Can you get on the first page? Well, I'm going to give you an example of that today, if you can get on the first page or not. And I'm going to show you exactly how it's done. No BS. It's live stuff. I actually recorded myself doing it yesterday, and I'm going to have it in this session today. And then by the end of the session, you're going to know how to do it too. So that's pretty awesome. So how to use SEO to get traffic to your site. And by the way, I want to make sure everybody can hear me. That was dumb. I should have asked that in the very beginning. But type in that comment section who you are, where you're from, what the weather is, what time it is, whatever it is, just so I know you can hear me here. I don't want to be talking to just Jessica, though I don't mind talking to her. The whole idea was to train you guys. So just type in that section there, the comment section. This is private too. Understand that all your comments are going to be anonymous. I've turned it off so it's not public, so that people can ask whatever they want. And just type in there your name, where you're from. I see Bob. Looks like Bob. I think that says Bob from Arkansas. I see Tina in New York City. It looks like Omar is in Singapore. Got Janir, I can't quite pronounce that. It looks like in the UK. Jessica, who do you see on your side?
You've got Kevin in LA.
Kevin, what's going on, buddy, in LA? You're not far from me. I'm in San Diego.
You've got Scotty in Seattle.
Hey, Scotty, what's up, bud? I see you out there a lot. Good to see you, man.
You've got Linda in Sarasota.
Linda in Sarasota, Florida. My daughter lives down there now. She lives in Tampa. Matter of fact, she's going to have, she got pregnant, and she's already got a 2-year-old, and she is pregnant with twins. How about that, guys? How many of you can say that, So she's got twins on the way. She already got one kid, and she's going to add 2 more to it. My dog's going crazy here. Her doorbell just went off, and she knows the Ring doorbell, so she's going crazy over that. All right, so let's jump right into this and see what we got going on, okay? What is SEO? Let's define it first so we can kind of see what SEO is all about, and, why we do this stuff. I mean, what's the point in even doing it, right? So SEO is defined as search engine optimization. Well, what does that mean? It's the process of getting traffic from the free or organic or editorial or natural search results on search engines. So basically, when somebody types something into a search engine, the results that come back are pages that have SEO done to them. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do that today. We're going to use a WordPress site as an example, but we do it in Magento, and you can do it in Shopify or wherever you want. But first, what I would like to do is I want to go through the best practices, and we're going to start with titles. Now, the title, when you type into the search engine, we'll show this to you in a second, but the title is the first thing you see, and then below that's the description. On your titles, we want to make sure your title should be written like this. It should be like the primary keywords and then dash secondary keywords. Matter of fact, my wife's doing a channel now on YouTube, and we were just discussing that. She's going to have her primary keywords and then dash her secondary keywords. And then after that, you can put the brand too. You can put your name. If somebody's searching for you on YouTube, you know, you can put dash your name, and then that way your videos, your channel will come up too. You want to avoid duplicates. Duplicates will not do you any good. It used to be years ago, you could put like, you know, hot rod cars, hot rod cars, hot rod cars. And the more times it appeared, then the search engines would make it come to the top. And now what they do is they penalize you for that. So you don't want to put duplicates in there. Okay. Duplicates are a no-no. It should be between 55 and 60 characters. This has been going around for years. Some people say 70, some people say 59, but I say 55 to 60 would be a safe one. And then below that, you're going to have your descriptions. And your best practices for descriptions are, number one, your description should be compelling and interesting. So your description really is I guess it's like a way of selling them to click on that site. It should say something that's going to make them want to click on the site. You want to, once again, avoid duplicates. Duplicates no longer do you any good. Just put it in there one time. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't have, you know, hot rod cars in your title and hot rod cars in your description. You can do that, and that is advisable. But you don't want to have like hot rod cars, you know, several times in your description. That's not what you're going for. It should be between 155, and that should say 160. It says 60. 155 and 160 characters, including spaces. And do not use any quotations or anything that is non-alpha characters. Google's gotten really sensitive to this. I mean, I ran an ad the other day and I had capitalized a word, and that ad got disapproved because I capitalized a whole word. They won't even let you do that. So don't mess around with any of that. It won't even show. And in some cases, they won't bring back your page because of that. So you don't want to do that. You can't game it anymore. I mean, that's all over with. All right, so what we're going to do now is I've recorded me going in here doing some of this and showing you some of this. So I'm going to start that. Now we're going to have a question and answer in the end. So in the meantime, if you want to type in your comments and your questions, you can do so in that comment section. Jessica and I is going to be monitoring that, but let's jump right in here and take a look at what all this stuff is.
Okay, so let's talk about what these meta titles are and meta descriptions are. These are things that you're actually putting into your website on the back end, and I'm going to show you how to do that in just a second. But what I want to do is I want to point them out to you in a Google search so you can see what they look like. So if I wanted, gosh, what would somebody search for? Best barbecue rib recipe. So obviously, if I type this in, that's what I want. I want that to come back as a search result. So immediately, you can see recipes. And if you notice, these ones here, Food Network's got, and let's just pick on this one right here. Okay, so this is one of the first results here, best barbecue ribs. And it looks like there's a video because they do give preference to videos. So this is obviously a recipe on barbecue ribs, but I want to look at how they optimized it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in here, we're going to view the page source, and we're going to search it by hitting Control F, and we're going to do title. Okay, and let's see what we've got here. We may have to go, they've got a lot of titles in here, 147, but I want to find the title for, those are all header titles. There it is. So here's the title, Best Barbecue Ribs Ever Recipe. And if you notice, I typed in Best Barbecue Ribs. It says Katie Lee Food Network title. So it really works well. Let me do description real quick so I can kind of show you. Oh, I can't type. All right, and let's get to the actual description. There it is, description. Meta name, description, content. Get best barbecue ribs ever recipe from Food Network. Okay, so you know they've really optimized this well. And if I go back here, when I look at that results, it says best barbecue ribs ever recipe, Katie Lee Food Network. So if you look at this right here, guys, this is the meta title here. Okay, now they've actually got their recipe showing up because it got picked, but the description comes just below it here. So in this case here, you've got the actual title. They throw in the website right below it so you can see where you're going. Now, they didn't used to do that. And you can see most of the recipe time is relaxing while the ribs, blah, blah, blah. So what this is this is your meta title. This is your description. This is your meta title. This is your description in all these cases here. So that's what you have to optimize for. Now let's move on and actually look at one of our web pages so you can see how we have optimized it for our Survivalcave food brand. Okay, guys, so here I am at Google. And, obviously we want our products to come up when people search for them, but we don't want to optimize too general. So I'm going to give you a couple of examples here. And we sell canned meats that are for survival purposes primarily. Now, some people will actually buy our canned meats and they're not buying them for that, but because they're just good quality and they eat them. But let me give you an example. So I'm going to type in canned meat, okay, and we're going to see what we get. Now, if I just type in canned meat, you're going to see that, we don't show up anywhere in here, okay, because we're not optimized for canned meat. We're optimized for survival. So if I put canned meat survival, let me see what we get. Number one result here is our product. There it is on Amazon. So we got 3,600,000 results. So that's it's pretty hard to get at the top of the list for that, but let's see how well we did. There we are at Amazon. Okay. So we're not freeze dried, and we can click on it there and go to that product. And sure enough, there's our product. So we are on the first page of Google. So let's look down a little bit further. Look at this. The next thing I see is one of our retailers here. This is Survival Warehouse, and they sell our products. And there's our products. Okay, very good. So let's look a little further, and then we're in here. We are the third result out of 3,600,000. And if you go to our link there, that's our web page, you're going to find, there we are. There's our canned meats. And that is literally the category on our website that we've optimized. Now, the way you can tell this is I'm going to go into the source code, view page source code, and I'm going to actually let you see how we've optimized this. So the way you go about this is you go into the source code. I know there's a lot of jumble, a bunch of coding stuff in here, and I'm not into this either, but I did have to learn it. So on a keyboard of an Apple, it's Command F, and it brings up this little search here. And I think it's Control on Windows. I haven't used Windows in so many years, so I couldn't tell you. But the first thing we're going to do is we're going to look for title. Okay, so when I type in title here and I hit enter, it's going to pull up the title. When I type in title here, it's going to pull up the title. Now, if you notice on here, the title is canned meats. Okay, so that's pretty, that's pretty on for that. And the reason it's canned meats is because that is that category. So that short title actually got me there. Now, if you look below title, you're going to see description, best survival food storage, best camping food and supplies. And that's right there, so you can see that. And you could actually search this if you want to do description, and you could do it that way too, and you'd see description. Let me go to the next one here. Let me go up one. There we go. That's the first one we had there, best survival food storage. So we can see that that is actually working for us, which is pretty cool. Now, let's try something else. Let's go back, and let's say we were looking for a particular, say we want a canned meat survival chicken. Let's see, because we do chicken, pork, beef, turkey, and ground beef. And look at that, chicken. So ours comes up number one, and that's out of 8 million results. Amazon's got this first spot and second spot, Survival Warehouse. Looks like this other guy here, Survival Sullivan. We have a lot of retailers. And then we're right here. So we're on the first page here, and we're on the first page here. Now, if you look at this, it says mixed case, full case, 12 cans, 108 servings. Quick overview, mixed case, canned meat, food storage, 28-ounce cans, includes 3 beef, chicken, turkey. Okay, and then down here, it's got chicken, beef, turkey. So we pretty much own this page here if they're searching for any type of canned meat. Let's change this to pork. See what we get. And it looks like this guy here did a video on our product here. And if we scroll down there, Amazon. It's got one case here. Let's see if that's us. And sure enough, it is us. There's our product. And let's see what else we can find here. Amazon canned meats. There's a mixed variety, and that is us again. All right, that's our sample pack. And if we go back one more time, just want to see how we're ranking on this page here, because I want to show you that this stuff actually works if you do it properly. Survival Sullivan's there, and he sells our products, and there we are again. Canned pork, food, storage, Survivalcave food. This canned pork could be the food that you could need during periods of emergency situations. Why Survivalcave food or Survivalcave canned food storage meat? Each of our, and this is a little truncated, so that was a little bit too long of a description there. But as you can see, we pretty much own this page here. So this stuff does work if you put it in correctly. Okay, so now that we've shown you some of the search results you can get by, going to Google and all that, the next important thing is, how the heck do you do it? I mean, how do you put these titles and these descriptions and all this stuff in? What do you use? Now, what I've done is I've logged into one of my WordPress websites. This is one where, I sell courses and training and that type of thing. And it has a blog on it, video blog actually. And actually there's some written blogs in here too. But what I want to do is I want to show you exactly how to put this stuff in and exactly how you should go about it so you get the kind of results we get. Now, the first thing you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go over here to plugins. And I'm going to click on plugins, and it's going to show all my plugins. I want to show you the SEO plugin that we use. So let me scroll on down here, and here it is right here. It's called SEO Ultimate. So you can search SEO Ultimate when you're installing plugins. And let me show you how to do that real quick here. If I wanted to add a new one, I would just go here. And then what I'm going to do is type in SEO Ultimate. And it should locate that thing for me. Alrighty, it's a whole bunch in here, guys. So you want to make sure you get the right one, because, oh my goodness, you get the wrong thing, it's not good. Okay, I will find it. There it is, SEO Ultimate. This is the one we have here. This one here is kind of an older one, but it works well for us, so we use it. It is free. There are more out there that, cost you money or that, aren't free. So, you can pick whatever you want. That's the one we have in here. It is an older one. So anyhow, what we've done is we've installed it. And if we go to our plugins right here, once again, I showed you where it was at. Let me scroll down here one more time. Get down there. I think I passed it. If I knew my alphabet, it would probably be a lot easier. So there it is, SEO Ultimate. And we probably should change this one to a newer one because this hasn't been updated in a long time. But it's working, so we're not going to worry about it right now. So the next thing we're going to do is we need to optimize something. So I'm going to come over here to my posts. And let's see here what we've got for post. I'm going to go all post. And I'm going to pick this first one here, best way to make money from home. So we're going to pick on this one here. So we click on that one. Now, when you've installed this plugin, it's going to give you this area right down here, which is your search engine listing, okay? So this particular one here is called, what are we talking about here? We are talking about best ways to make money at home. So what I do is I go to another tool I have. Now I have a program called TubeBuddy installed on my YouTube channel. And it's really cool because what it does is it not only lets you know what the big searches are, because a lot of people say, well, I want to get the search terms that have big searches. That's all I care about is big searches. But that's not necessarily going to help you out. You need something that's more weighted, because what you want is you want something that has search term, but doesn't have a whole lot of competition. So TubeBuddy lets you do all that together. So if I click on TubeBuddy here and I go to Keyword Explorer, so I can type in here basically what my title was, best way to make money from home. Okay, and then I hit enter. Now, what it says is this is actually a poor search term, because why? The competition. Competition is so great. So what we want to do is, you could do little things in here. You could put best ways, and that's going to change it a little bit. No, it didn't change it at all, actually. You could change money to income. Look what that did. That took it from a 5 to a 35 because it looks at all these weights here. So we may want to change that whole thing to best ways to make money or make income from home or from working at home. Let's see what that does. See, we were at a 35 right now. Let's see what this brings it to. That's a 7. So we don't want that, okay? We just want at home. That's much better. And you could just try little things like we could try at home. So let me try at home, which is poor. So we were going to go back to from, and we're at 35. 35 is not bad, you know? That's fair. They're saying that's fair. I mean, ideally, you'd like to be in the green over here, but you can't always do that. And we could also change income to cash. See what that does. Poor again, so it's income. Income is our term. So we've got that pretty much optimized now. So we know that's the term we want. So then we're going to go back over to our WordPress. Oops, let me get back to the right page here. We're going to get back to our blog here, and we're going to type that in as our title. Okay? Best ways to make money from home. And I may put in here simple steps. Because understand, this is what somebody's going to see. Oops. This is what somebody's going to see when they're searching and this comes up. So we want them to read that and go, yeah, that's for me. So let me just clear this up, make this best. Okay. Now, down here in the description. Now, if you notice, I got 49 characters. I should and will put more up here. Matter of fact, let me do that right now. Simple steps anyone can do. Okay, so now I'm at 63. So you want to get as close to 70 as possible, not go over. The reason you don't want to go over is because it won't show. There's no point. So you're typing in words for no reason. Nobody's going to see them. So here we may put in here, learn. Oops. You can see I can't type. I still can't. That's my big thing. I could never type. The simple and easy ways to make money and a large, and I can be a little bit more wordy here, income from home. Okay. And I've got 81 characters. Follow these steps to instant success. And I'm at 120. Get the secrets. I'm going to say now. Oh, I went one over. Look at that, one over. So what could I do? I could change this to an and symbol. That puts me at 139. So you can see what I've done here, and I'm going to copy this here. I'm probably going to change the title of this particular, I'll put that there. And I'm going to probably change, so I'm going to change this right here to best ways to make income from home, simple steps anyone can do. And the reason being is that's more optimized, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and update this now. And I want to show you how this actually updates live. Now, you remember we just now typed in this title and we typed in this description. So we're going to actually go to the page now. And this is the actual page where this particular video resides. And I'm going to open up the page source. And I'm going to look for the title, which is Command F. And I'll put title in there. And as you can see, it's already there. Best ways to make income from home, simple steps anyone can do. This is what Google's looking for. So let me do description here now. And there's my description. Learn the simple steps and easy ways. Ooh, that says top. So we want to correct that. To make money. And then this ampersand is going to come up here. And that'll say and a large income. This is just the way the coding does this. So let me go ahead and fix that thing. It's always a good idea to go back and check what you typed, especially if you can't type like me. So I'm going to go down here and it says top and it should say 2. Here we go. And don't forget, you always want to click this update right here too. And don't forget to put in your categories here. Now I have a bunch of different categories here. So I'm going to also add this to a couple of different categories. I'm going to add it to, let's see here, lifestyle and online business. I think those fit pretty well, and I'm going to update that. Now, every website is going to be different as far as where you're going to put this. You know, Shopify has their spot. WordPress, you've got to do a plug-in and put it in their spot. We have a Magento site also, and the Magento site, it's built into it. So, you know, they have a spot for you to put in your meta titles and tags. But guys, this is so important. If you're posting stuff online and you're failing, and I mean you are failing, you are failing to put in the title and description. And I just noticed one other thing here. That's 142 characters. That's 140. And I said, you'll waste them. So look at that. Look at that. Learn the secrets. It's 135 now. We're good. But if you're not putting these titles and description, then nobody's ever going to find it. They're just not. The only way they would ever find it is if you gave them the link and they went to it. So you're never going to be able to get additional people to your website because it's not searchable. You know, Google doesn't have a way to show them a result if there is no result. It's just, it can't be done. Now, you saw that instantly these meta tags and descriptions were on my site, and that's great. It won't instantly be on Google. The page has to actually get indexed. The spiders have to crawl it, they have to find it, and it takes time. So you want to get these on your web pages as soon as possible, because this is the way that you're going to be able to build your audiences, through doing things just like this.
Okay, guys, this is our obviously inner circle call. Now, every now and then I will invite, a few people in our call that are not inner circle members. And you are welcome to ask questions also. I don't want you to feel like you can't ask questions if you're not an inner circle member, though the audience is 95% inner circle people. So if you're in our inner circle, you get access, obviously, to all my courses. You get, some one-on-one coaching. You can submit stuff to me and I'll show you what. But more importantly, you're more likely to succeed. I mean, if you think about it, I've sold stuff online and I share the information with you of what works. So obviously that's going to help you, plus the fact that you're around all these other people that are doing the same thing. And it's a really good circle of people. So, you want to check out jrinnercircle.com/enroll. There's a free video there. It will tell you about the inner circle, what it contains, what you get. You get $46,000 worth of free training and software in there, and you have access to all this. That's pretty amazing, just really for a few $100. So you really ought to check that out if you're not a member and you've been sitting back and you've been thinking, oh my gosh, at some point I'm going to do that. This is the time, really. If you keep waiting, what it's doing is the money that you would be earning, you're losing every single month at this point because you're just waiting. So don't wait. Let's move on here a little bit. I do want to go over what you can submit. At Inner Circle, you can submit ads, landing pages, sites, products, pricing, funnels, any of your emails, subject lines, any ideas, frustrations, failures, successes. All these things can be submitted to us, and we can help you out with them. We actually have forms where you actually fill out those forms and submit that stuff. So that's pretty cool that you can do that. And that's all part of the Inner Circle. Of course, if you're not part of the Inner Circle, you can't do that. But if you are, you'll have access to that. The best software I recommend to anybody out there is Karcher. I do have a affiliate link here on the screen. I would highly suggest, if you're starting your business, to start with Karcher. I don't get much from them if somebody buys it or anything like that, but I just know it's going to be, it's just so much easier for you because it's like 8 softwares in one. You don't have to buy membership sites. You don't have to buy email providers. You don't have to buy sales pages or funnel pages or click funnels or any of that stuff. It's all built into Karcher. So I do recommend it. And like I said, you can get a $1 free trial at bit.ly/Karcher-JR. So that's my little commercial for Karcher, but they're really good. I build all my stuff in there. So let's get into some questions now. I know Jessica said there was a couple people already posting questions. I'm not going to be able to get to everybody's question, guys. If you're in the Inner Circle, obviously you can submit it to me and I'll still answer you guys. If you're not in the inner circle, you will have to put it in that comment section there. Nobody sees your questions. This is all anonymous. We have tons of questions in there right now. I know you can't see them. That's because they're blocked, so you can't see them. But Jessica, can you hit me with a couple of those questions of what we've got going on?
Yeah. Linda asked, when you type the keywords in Google, you got related items and other search terms on the right. How did you do that?
Okay, that's another tool I have called Keywords Everywhere. You can Google Keywords Everywhere. It's a free Google extension. And what it does is it will let you know the amount of traffic that's searching those keywords, and it gives you suggestions, and it tells you the cost of buying those keywords if you're running Google Ads. That's a great tool. I use it all the time. I love it because I'll start typing something in and I think it's like the best, and then it'll do a drop down and it'll show me something that's a whole lot better. So, and what it's based on is it's based on actual searches on Google. So it's not like them saying this might be good. It's literally what people have already searched for. So it lets you know that. So that's Keywords Everywhere, free Google extension. I highly recommend it.
Christine said, how do you look for the page source? You're moving too fast for me to see.
Okay, I'm sorry about that. So when we do the page source, we're going to control and then right click. And when we do that, that's on a Mac, control right click. And what that will do is it brings up a little box. And let me actually show you that, Christine. Hang on one second. Hang on. Let's see here. That's not the window I want. We just want a Google window, don't we? So we'll go to this one here and we'll type in, I don't know, groceries. Okay, so we're going to pull up some pages here. And let me find a page that is actually a real grocery store. It's hard to find a real grocery store. Let me go about 3 pages in here. Okay. Groceries, apparel. What the heck is that? Every dollar. We'll pull up this page here. So this is a web page. For it to have shown up in any search results, I already know it has a meta title and it has a meta tag. If I control right click it, this little box comes up here. Do you see that box? And you have choices here: reload, save as, print, cast, translate to English. I think it is. Analyze this page, or view page source. That's the one you want. When I click on that, that's going to open another tab next to it, and it's going to bring up this page here, which is a whole bunch of stuff on it. And then what I do is I hit Command F on Apple, and I'll put in title. Okay? And if you notice below that, it just pulled up this here, title, lesson 1, how to save $100 or more at a grocery store, title. Okay? Below that, it's got description. At the end of the month, despite the lack of food in the fridge, the grocery budget, blah, 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 blah. So if you notice, that information is going to be, where is it? In the search results, exactly this right here. Lesson 1, how to save. So what they've done is they've gone in there and they put in the title, like I said, and then here's their description right here. And they've optimized this pretty well. You know, they got on, I think, the 3rd page, something like that. So that's all there is to that. Simple. Good question. A really good question, because I didn't know that in the beginning. I can tell you. All right, let's get back to Shaq here. Shaq wants to dance for you guys, and so does the kitty cat. What else you got there, Jessica?
Sean is asking.
Sean, what's up?
He said you did the title and description. What about the tags?
You know, tags are a funny thing. It's been going around for years. I think you should do them. There was some talk that Google wasn't using tags anymore because people were overloading them. So they didn't do it, but some of the search engines do. And I didn't go over that. You're right, Sean, but I would recommend adding your tags in there. Yeah, I think it's a good thing. I have a tool called TubeBuddy, and man, they're really important on YouTube. So yeah, I would add your tags, definitely.
Sean is also asking about backlinks.
Yes, backlinks are another thing altogether, and I could do a whole, training session on that, and I might. But we're just covering the SEO today. And what Sean's talking about backlinks is where, you'll have an article in another page that's related to yours, and there'll be a link, and when somebody clicks on it, it comes over to your page. Or vice versa. You can have backlinks to other people's page on your page. So that's what a backlink is. And, when you get into backlinks, I don't want to get too much on a tangent here, but when you get into backlinks, they have to do with how related it is, the authority of that page. In other words, how well it's trusted. If it was like a government page or something like that, then it's going to have higher authority. How many of these backlinks you have. So there's a whole lot of training going on that. But yeah, backlinks is another way that you can do, search engine optimization.
Linda says this is really good techniques and tools that work and are essential things.
Well, thank you so much, Linda. I appreciate that very much. Yes, it's good stuff, and it actually does work. As I showed you with our page, we're on number 1 out of 8 million, so we did okay. Next.
Christine says, what do I do on Windows? I don't have Mac.
What do you do on Windows? What do you mean? What do you do?
She was the one asking about the page source.
Do you want to Google that for her real quick? You can, any of these things you can pretty much Google. I think it's Command or I don't know. Oh no, it's Command on Apple. I'm not quite sure what it is on Windows. Jessica's checking that for you right now. I have another person in here saying, do we have to do SEO? No, you do not. It is not necessary. If you don't want free traffic, you do not need to do SEO. And somebody else is Bob saying it's very time consuming. It is, but it's there forever. So once you've done it, you're done it, and if you've got like 300 or 400 pages, I get that can be kind of daunting, but what you want to do is, like I told Jessica, and I'm sure she's doing it every day, working on our site. She does a few pages every single day and just gets in there and does a title, does a description, and then moves on with her day. So you don't, or if you've got a whole weekend, you could just sit down and do your whole site, and just get it done. And remember, every time you add a page to SEO it. And if you notice, like we had even SEO'd our categories, so that when we searched, canned meats survival, it pulled up our category of canned meats. So it's not just the actual product page. You want to also SEO, your categories of stuff on your page too. That's super important. And Jessica, I probably got time for 1 or 2 more questions over there.
I'm still trying to find.
You're trying to find how to view page source windows?
Well, I know that you just right click, but I'm trying to figure out the find function.
Okay, she's looking for that. All right, guys, I'm probably going to wind this down. And I really appreciate you guys showing up. I appreciate you being here. If you haven't joined the Inner Circle, I highly recommend it if you want to move forward much faster. It's jrinnercircle.com/enroll. In addition to that, if you're not a member of the Art of E-Commerce Success, Jessica, can you put the link to the Art of E-Commerce Success? That is my Facebook group if you're not a member of it. She's going to put that in there. I also have a book that shows you how to find products to sell online. And if she would put that in that comment section also, that would be awesome, so that you guys have that. And I think, I could be wrong, I think that's jrfisherbook, isn't it? .com. jrfisherbook.com. So that's a pretty cool thing. I also am working a lot on my YouTube channel. Now, I would really appreciate if you guys, and I'm going to downsize this for 1 second here to find my YouTube channel. And I'd really appreciate if you guys would subscribe to that channel. That would mean a lot to me. So let me tell you what that channel is. And plus, you're going to get a bunch of cool videos that you can watch, which is a nice thing, right? And there's my channel right there. And we've got a little over 2,000 subscribers to this channel already. So I'm going to put this link in our stuff here so that you guys can see, or can I put it in there? Oh, yes. Messages. Let me get this in here, guys. 1 second. So there's the link to my YouTube channel. If you would please go to that, I would really appreciate that. And subscribe to that channel, like it, watch some videos. Just go through and binge this week and turn off Netflix and binge watch my channel. There's a lot of good training there, and Netflix is going to take your money, and my videos are going to show you how to make money. So just go do it. Go do it. Go do it. Important stuff. Hey guys, I appreciate you showing up today. It's been an awesome day, and I hope you have a great weekend. If you've got spare time this weekend, put a little work into your business. Don't sit around all weekend. The weekends are where your business is going to be made if you're working a job during the week. Jessica, you got any kind words or words of encouragement to these folks?
Well, So on a PC, you right click to get the.
On a PC, you right click. Okay.
Yeah. And then Control F.
Control F, Christine, is how you actually pull up that search box. Control. All right, Jessica, any cool words for the weekend that's going to motivate them and change their lives?
Oh no. Come decorate with me on my YouTube channel.
She started a new YouTube channel, a DIY channel. She also has what is your channel for pet parenting, which is teaching you how to deal with your pet?
Yeah, so my pet parenting is Jessica L. Fisher.
And you're going to put that in the comments too? Yeah. She's going to put that in there. Check that out if you've got a pet. She's an awesome dog trainer. She's got a really good group on Facebook you can also join. And what's that group called?
The Art of Pet Parenting.
The Art of Pet Parenting. So you may want to check that out, The Art of Pet Parenting. If you want to see some of Jessica's stuff, she's pretty amazing. Does some really cool stuff out there. I think you guys would enjoy it. And she's going to put those links in there. And we're still trying to figure out our lunch. We have not figured out our lunch yet, have we? We've got to figure that out. She wants to go to a chain place. I don't know. That's a tough one, man. We're in San Diego with all these great restaurants. To go to a chain place, that's really tough.
You think so?
I think. So what are your words of encouragement outside of head on over to your new channel, head on over to your stuff? No, not an ad, but words of encouragement.
Practice calm and patience.
Practice calm and patience. And that's really good. I read the other day, people like Richard Branson and Elon Musk and these people who are just incredibly successful. The one trait that they all have is they don't get bugged over little things. Do little things bug you? Do little things get underneath your skin? Do little things irritate you? If so, you're preventing your own success. Imagine if you didn't let things bother you, how much you would move forward. And I can't count how many times I've been working on something for a half hour, 2, 3 hours, and I lose it. And I used to get really mad about it. And now I'm like, yep, I lost it. Got to go back. Got to start again. And if you can work on that attitude, and it doesn't come easy for anybody. It doesn't come easy for me. I get irritated. But if you can develop that and you can work on that, that is one trait that is, almost found in all these super successful people, is they don't flip out. They just, they go, well, okay, move on, next. So that's what you got to really do to be really successful, is you've got to develop that attitude. So I would say do that this weekend. Important stuff. Good advice, Jessica. All right, you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you real soon. You want to say goodbye?
Bye.
Bye, guys. Talk to you later. Hey, thanks for watching my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click that little bell right there so you can be notified every time I do a new video. Also, click on one of those videos there. Keep watching on my channel.